Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, today we are going to learn about English, but before we go further, I would like to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Nada Maharani. You can call me Miss Nada. And then, before we begin the class, I will choose one of you to lead our prayer. How about you? Let's begin the prayer, okay?
Let's pray together. Pray begin. Finish.
Before we start the class, I have a story. Because last Sunday, me and my friend were around to Boom Beach, and then I suddenly heard a conversation about the tourist and the local, and apparently the bule was confused to communicate with the tourist because he had a lack of vocabulary, and then he would ask about some places, and then I heard about a few words that he said. He said high mountain, and then apa lagi ya? Climbing. Terus kemudian ada lagi blue fire. So from that, the local was understand about what he was going to ask, and then the local said, "Oh, ijen," like that, and then from that story above, we can know that by describing something very detailed, therefore we can convey our goals easily. Jadi cerita ini tuh bercerita tentang pengalaman pribadi saya dan teman saya yang kemarin baru saja ke Pantai Boom. Kemudian di sana saya tidak sengaja mendengar seorang bule yang tanya ke seorang nelayan waktu itu, mungkin kira-kira waktu itu dia tuh sebenarnya mau tanya sesuatu, tapi dia bingung mau ngomongnya bagaimana karena dia tuh tidak terlalu fasih dalam bahasa Indonesia. Kemudian dia bilang gunung tinggi sama mendaki, kemudian blue fire. Nah, seketika itu si pelayannya ini akhirnya dia tuh paham bahwa si bulenya ini mau tanya tentang gimana Gunung Ijen itu gitu. Jadi dari cerita itu kita bisa mengambil kesimpulan bahwa kalau misalkan kita itu mendeskripsikan sesuatu secara jelas, apa aja, it could be anything, it could be place, thing, animals, or so on, and then you can convey, kamu bisa mengungkapkan tujuan kamu itu secara jelas juga. Jadi, so today we are going to learn about descriptive, but not just description or descriptive. We are going to learn about descriptive text. Okay, but before that, I will play one video, and after the video ends, one of you should be able to name one of the characteristics of a place that on the video. So, jadi setelah video selesai nanti kalian bisa mengungkapkan salah satu karakteristik dari tempat yang akan kalian lihat di video tadi. So how about the place? Is it very confusing or jangan khawatir karena tempatnya itu kalian pasti tahu semua. It's familiar for you, and then remember one word or one sentence, and then I will ask you at the end of the video. That's it. Okay, ready?
Borobudur and its surrounding is like one spirit that brings serenity, a conquered heaven. Borobudur leaves so much meaning to the people around it, true happiness. Look at their faces. In this empty hallway, it's like we are invited to appease ourselves before we see all the collection inside. As one of the biggest art collector in Indonesia, he will astonish you with his painting collection. Here you can get genuine tranquility while tasting delicacy dishes. Did you see a small version of the Borobudur? It's so wonderful. You can pass the time by conversing heart to heart. Enjoy the nightfall. Spoils oneself. Enjoy the motionless solitude. Enjoy the nature. Meditate. Feel the nudge of the water. Dancing with your free thoughts. And express your soul. Feel their honorable greeting. One of the reasons why you will want to come back here again someday. A unique story that you can see the chronicle story in chronological order if you walk in a clockwise direction. The Borobudur temple becomes the center of all the beauty surrounding it. A spiritual experience that's different and you can never find in any other temple on earth. Even coming here dozens of times won't feel enough because of its indescribable beauty. Never change.
Okay, what did you get it from the video?
Siamese.
Okay, you.
The beauty of Borobudur Temple.
The beauty of Borobudur
Temple.
Borobudur Temple. Okay, next. You?
Siamese, apa namanya?
Apa?
Little Borobudur Siamese kan, dan itu punya Borobudur tadi itu.
Okay, berarti we have two character. One, the first one is apa tadi?
Beauty.
Beauty.
Borobudur.
Beauty of Borobudur. Apanya yang beauty?
Keindahannya.
Oh, keindahannya. Satunya apanya lagi?
Yang satunya tadi tuh Miss, apa namanya? Borobudur itu ada kayak tempat-tempat gitu Miss, yang lebih kecilnya, lebih lightnya.
Apanya lebih kecilnya?
Itu
Pedesaan.
bukan anunya, Borobudurnya itu kecil, versi kecilnya.
Okay, great. This what we call description. So today we are going to learn about descriptive text. And then what is descriptive text? So descriptive text is a text which explain about what person or animal or maybe place is like. So the purpose of descriptive text is to reveal a particular person or animal or maybe a place is anything. Before we begin writing the text, I want you to know about the structure of the text. Oke, jadi sebelum kita memulai pelajaran hari ini, saya ingin tahu apakah kalian sudah tahu tentang struktur dari teks deskripsi. Oke. In your opinion, what is the generic structure of descriptive text? Jadi strukturnya apa aja? Siapa yang bisa?
Saya, Miss. Saya.
Coba kamu.
Jenis struktur itu ada 2, Miss. Yang pertama ada identification. Jelaskan, Miss.
Iya, jelaskan.
Ada identification itu in this part, identification contain about the general introduction of a person, place, animal, or object will be described.
General.
Ya.
General ya.
Ya, secara umum.
Oh, benar. Terus.
Yang kedua, Miss,
Lagi.
description.
Description.
It contain a description of something such as animal, thing, place, or person by describing its feature, form, color, or anything related to what the writer describes.
Oke.
Ada, Miss.
Jadi apa tadi yang pertama?
Identification
Dan
sama description.
description. Nah, bedanya identification sama description ini, kalau identification itu lebih umum. Tadi kan bilang general,
Ya.
lebih umum. Kayak misalnya tadi kan Candi Borobudur, at Magelang itu bisa. Tadi juga Doni bilang beautiful. Nah, itu juga kan secara general, secara umum. Terus ada lagi yang kedua apa?
Description, Miss.
Description, berarti itu secara rinci. Jadi kalian bisa tuliskan Candi Borobudur itu berdiri tahun berapa, terus sejarahnya gimana, itu bisa, nggak apa-apa dimasukkan, tapi di struktur yang kedua. Oke, jadi gitu ya tentang strukturnya. Jadi teks ini itu punya 2 struktur. Yang pertama itu identification, yaitu it tells about a thing in general. So itu lebih umum dan lebih mudah, lebih paham kalau kalian membaca yang identifikasi ini, karena kalian sudah bisa memahami isinya itu membahas tentang apa gitu. Kemudian yang kedua adalah description. Description ini lebih detail. Maksudnya tuh seperti informasi yang rinci kayak gitu. Kalau misalkan contohnya gini, kalau misalkan kita mau mendeskripsikan tentang gajah misalnya, di yang pertama itu apa tadi, identification, itu kalian cuman mendeskripsikan seperti ini. Gajah itu bentuknya besar, kemudian kupingnya lebar, apalagi dia punya belalai, seperti itu. Jadi di identification ini kalian bisa dengan mudah memahami atau bahkan kamu bisa membacanya itu dengan easily, dengan mudah gitu loh. Kemudian kalau yang description itu lebih rinci. Jadi nanti kan kalian contohnya menceritakan tentang apa tadi, gajah. Itu lebih rinci lagi. Misalkan gajah itu ditemukan pada tanggal seperti ini, atau mungkin sekarang ini populasi gajah di dunia telah mencapai sekian ribu, misal seperti itu. Nah, itu penjabarannya atau penjelasannya dari generic structure-nya of descriptive text. Gitu ya. Cepat, any question?
Saya, Miss.
Iya, Pak.
Berarti nanti kata-katanya bentuk lampau ya, Miss? Soalnya kan kita sudah tahu apa yang akan kita deskripsikan.
Bagus itu pertanyaannya. Jadi, apakah descriptive text ini pakai kata kerja lampau atau simple past tense ya? Nah, descriptive text itu menggunakan simple present tense. Why? Because we are going to explain about the general truth. Jadi, kita akan menjelaskan tentang sesuatu secara umum, menjelaskan kebenarannya secara umum seperti itu. Jadi, kita tidak bisa menggunakan sesuatu yang bentuknya lampau, walaupun kita sudah tahu kalau gajah dari dulu, gajah itu emang bentuknya badannya besar misalkan. Dari dulu kita sudah tahu kalau gajah kupingnya lebar, tapi kita harus menggunakan simple present tense karena itu merupakan bentuk kebenaran umum, itu faktanya seperti itu. Jadi seperti itu ya teman-teman. Anak-anak language feature-nya ayo dibaca coba. Ada noun ya, ada sering akan menggunakan noun misalnya, karena kan kita mendeskripsikan sesuatu itu bisa aja objek kan nantinya, jadi akan banyak noun yang kita akan gunakan. Kemudian bisa juga kita menggunakan adjektif seperti tadi ketika kita menjelaskan gajah, it's a lot of adjective there. So mungkin kita juga nanti akan menjelaskan about the person. The person in individual, kita bisa lihat she's beautiful, or maybe she is handsome, kan itu adjective. Nah, how about the action verb? What is the action verb?
Saya bisa.
Coba kamu.
Action verb. Verb that show an activity. Contohnya itu, for example, run, sleeping itu mana guys? Sleep ya.
Atau sleep?
Sleep.
Terus apa lagi?
Walk.
Apa walk itu?
Jalan.
Walk,
Ya,
berjalan.
walk,
Oh ya.
jalan.
Terus apa lagi?
Cut.
Motor. Ya, seperti itu. Jadi contohnya seperti itu, action verb itu. That's how descriptive text looks like. So if there are any question you want to ask, kalau ada pertanyaan boleh tanya. Okay, if there's no question, then let's try to make a descriptive text. Okay?
Yes, Miss.
So your task today is to make descriptive text. Jadi tugas kalian hari ini yaitu membuat descriptive text. Kalian akan membuat descriptive text about a place in Banyuwangi. It could be a place that you already visit, or maybe a place that you want to visit. Anything, you have to choose one, and then don't make it too much. Jangan buat terlalu banyak. Make sure that is enough to you to speak in front of the class. So usahakan itu cukup untuk kalian nanti presentasikan di depan kelas. Seperti itu ya. Okay? It's about 15 minutes from now. Okay, let's try to make a descriptive text.
Saya Miss.
Oke.
Saya. Baluran International Park. Baluran is a forest preservation area that extends about 25,000 hectares on the north coast of East Java. The location is in a Sumberwaru village Banyuwangi District, Situbondo. You can enjoy the panorama of Savannah and Mount Baluran in the center of area that become habitat of many exotic animals such as wild pig, deer, peacock, wild chicken, some species of monkey, and also bulls as the protected animal in the area. This part is so unique because 15 kilometers from the main entrance, you can find a beautiful white beach called Bama Beach. Here in the habitat of coral reef, fish, and mangrove. When I first visit this place, there were several fishermen who were taking care of the mangrove. I also took the time to approach and learn about mangrove.
Udah?
Sudah.
Okay, your text is fine. Teksmu sudah bagus, tapi but you put your experience there. So, as I told you before, seperti yang saya katakan tadi, ketika kamu menulis descriptive text itu kalian tidak bisa menuliskan pengalaman kamu. Kalau kamu menuliskan pengalaman kamu, nanti jatuhnya recount text. Jadi ketika kamu menuliskan descriptive text, tuliskan apa yang kamu lihat dari benda itu atau objek itu secara general, secara fakta yang kamu lihat waktu itu, seperti itu. Kalau kamu punya detail informasinya, kamu bisa taruh, tapi bukan dari detail pengalaman kamu, gitu ya.
Yes, Miss.
Next, you.
Crater Lake is very popular among tourists, both domestic and foreign. The crater is located on the peak of Mount Ijen in East Java, Indonesia. The mountain is an active volcano that makes the apparitions of the craters becomes more unique. The crater come with a beautiful color of turquoise that makes everyone who look at its sun fall in love. Kawajan is an acidic crater lake which lies along 1 kilometer. The acid makes the crater is surrounded by sulfuric smoke. For local people, Kawaijan also benefits them in a different way. They use it as sulfur rock mining site to provide them with additional income. Every day they carry down baskets of sulfur chunks by hand. The chunks are usually taken from the bottom part of the crater. When climbing the mountain, you will find many local people with their sulfur rock floats in their hands along the track.
That is absolutely great. Okay, I think that's enough. I hope you learned something about today's class, and then maybe I will give you a task. Saya akan memberikan kamu tugas ya di rumah. So, one of you should make a descriptive text, and then you can describe about a place that you want to visit when you are grow up. Jadi, nanti temanya itu kalian akan menjelaskan tentang tempat yang akan kamu kunjungi ketika kamu sudah tua nanti. It could be anything. You can browse to the Google, and then you have to describe it. And remember to use a simple present tense, and then remember the structure, and then when you've done the task, please submit it on my desk. Okay, the last submissions is before my class next week. Jadi setelah kalian selesai mengerjakan, nanti tolong ditaruh di meja saya saja. Kemudian tugasnya terakhir sebelum pertemuan minggu depan. Oke, that's all for me. See you again next week. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.